Welcome back to Sister Circle Live. Returning to the circle, our next guest is a minister, resident psychology expert for Radio 1, and relationship expert who is here to talk about what he calls is the new public health crisis.
Ooh.
Loneliness.
Whoa, my God.
Please welcome back down to the circle, Alduan Tartt. How are you, Dr. Tartt?
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Good. All right, man. So since Surgeon General 2017, Vivek Murthy has spoken out about loneliness, how it can affect your lifespan.
Wow.
What's your take on that?
Well, we know that loneliness, chronic loneliness, takes 10 to 12 years off of your life. That's a 26% bump in mortality. So that's on par with smoking and obesity.
Loneliness.
Loneliness. Because think about it, when you're lonely, you produce cortisol. All right, and that, we're not talking about being single. We're talking about feeling alone, feeling like you don't have anyone that cares for you. You don't feel like anyone that gets you. You can be in a relationship. You could be at work and feel lonely. And what we know is that 1 in 10 teens are feeling that every day.
Oh my goodness. Is there a distinct difference between being alone and being lonely?
Right, so a lot of times when people say, I'm single, that doesn't mean I'm lonely.
Right.
No, because you're socially connected to your church, to a book club, to an exercise club, to your friends, to your family. And likewise, you can be in a relationship, but if you have a husband or wife that's working all the time, or you all are ignoring each other with social media, or you just can't talk, you feel lonely and disconnected. And what that does is that produces cortisol, and you have people that are not getting enough attention, staying up at night, not being able to sleep, problems with their stomach, problem with their shoulders, problem with their back. And it's because they're not getting enough attention.
What?
Think about it. We're pack animals. We're created.
That is true.
What happens when you don't touch a baby?
You know, the baby's crying.
You can feed them. You can give them
But you
something
gotta
to
give
drink.
affection.
So we all need it too. And when we're by ourselves, it's not good.
Okay, but what about, because see, sometimes I like being by myself. So what about if you, because I'm a low-key loner, so what if you choose to be alone a lot? Does that lead to loneliness? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
You just hit it. It depends on how you feel. See, loneliness is the difference between what you want and what you have when it comes to connection and intimacy. So a lot of times, like for me, you know, I'm in front of people all day. When I go home, I like to unwind. I like to do things. I like it when there's no one in the gym.
Right.
All right? But if I haven't seen enough people, I don't want to be alone all the time. So it just depends on your personality type. You know when you feel lonely, and when you feel it, you have to do something about it.
Wow. Well, it just got me thinking.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Miss lonely.
That's all right. No, it's okay. I was thinking too, because people can be married and still feel alone. Yeah, I experienced that actually in my latter years of my marriage, but here nor there, it's over now. But let me just fast forward.
Don't
Let's
be
talk
too
a little.
sad.
You know what I'm saying,
Right. She's living her best
I'm just
life.
saying, go ahead.
But let's talk a little bit about social media and its effect that it has on young people psychologically. I have 2 nieces. I love them. I actually have more than 2, but the 2 oldest ones, they get it in on that social media. They came to visit me for spring break. I almost took my wig off. They had my nerves so bad.
Oh my Lord.
That they just, it was every 10 seconds. I couldn't believe it. What is the effect that that's having on our youth, and are they chasing attention?
It's all bad. It's all bad. I'm just going to be clear. We know it. If you spend more than 2 hours a day on social media, you're twice as likely to be depressed. Because what it is, when you push that phone, it releases dopamine into your system, all right? And you'll keep clicking and clicking and clicking because you click, but it doesn't make you happier. And so it feels like you're socially connected, but you're not, because you're spending 2 hours ignoring everyone around you. And so when you finish social media, even though you click and you push, you don't feel any happier. You feel lonelier. And so what we know with kids that don't naturally have those connections, so we were brought up to play outside, join groups, connect. They're not. They're spending their whole life on Snapchat, Instagram, and they're not happy at all.
If I can say, I can't stand it. I can't stand when I invite somebody to lunch or dinner or whatever, or they come over. I invite them over so they can watch their phone. It drives me absolutely batty. It gets my goat every daggone time.
We have docking stations where when you come in, you have to dock your phone. Our oldest daughter's 13. We took their phones when they came to the birthday party and made them play spoons, made them play Uno, made them play heads up. We made them do different things so they connect, and they had a ball because you can see a number of teen girls in the room looking at their phone, and when someone speaks, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, ignoring me.
Oh.
That was good. Say that again.
I didn't mean it.
So when you look at your phone and you say, can you talk, people get annoyed that you interrupted them, ignoring you. And that's what we're doing in a relationship. We're looking at the phone like, what?
Man, that happens. I'm gonna play this back.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this whole back on the
Okay, my son can forget it. I'm gonna go right home and take his stuff.
Yes, it's fine.
Limited. You want a limited screen time.
Yeah, he's done. Men, now especially black men, they tend to suppress their feelings because they were raised to man up. You know, so any emotions that they have, you know, I'm sure that has to lead to a bit of loneliness.
I feel
How
that.
can we reverse that? Like, because that's how you guys are raised, to be strong, you know, but you have to be strong by yourselves.
Right. And it really,
Well, that's what you're taught.
Yeah, well, it's wrong. It's toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity, that you are a robot, you're a cyborg, you have no emotions. So your mom dies, your dad dies, you drop the football, you get an F, you get retained, and you have no feelings about that. That's not manly. Because what happens is you end up bleeding out on your friends and family, end up drinking, because you have to soothe. So you drink, you smoke, you have sex addiction. All right, you fight. Right, this is what we're taught is socially acceptable, but it's actually manlier to be able to sit and talk about your feelings. What you talk about, you control. What you can't talk about controls you.
Well, how can you get them to talk?
Wait, all right, so here's how you do it. You don't ask a man if he's okay. I'm fine. I'm straight. We're hard. It's like in church. How are you? Blessed and highly favored.
Right.
Okay.
That's the script. That's the script.
What you ask them is a different question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you? Most men will be like a 3, a 2.
Wow.
It's just how you ask the question.
I'm about to go ask.
I'm doing that today.
I'm asked too, but to wrap this up, like, what are some of the symptoms of loneliness, and how can we tackle the epidemic head on?
Depression, anxiety, but the one that's most surprising that we all see are people that say that they don't like people. All right. So a defense mechanism.
What's up with that?
So a defense mechanism. If I've been rejected or if I don't trust people, I don't trust you first. So I reject you. I don't speak to you. I keep my circle small. The whole Drake, no new friends. I do that, and what it does is it keeps me safe from being rejected, but it guarantees my isolation because I build this wall. I even tell people I don't talk to you. I don't kick it with you. I don't connect with you. I can say hi and bye, but that's it. Don't invite me to coffee because I don't trust people.
Oh, that's what they talk about.
And what it does is
They
it leads you,
speak like
if you're a woman and then you're in a relationship, you're going to put all of your needs for attention on that man. And therefore, it leads you socially disconnected. Because most women have 3 to 4 close girlfriends. If you don't speak to me, that's okay. But if I don't like other women and then I have problems with my man and he's giving me the silent treatment, that feels like death. So you're pressed to stay in that relationship because he's the only source for attention.
Golly jeepers.
Did you come down here ready today?
I'm ready.
We're all sitting there like,
Wow, wow.
That's why it's a real epidemic.
It really is.
Epidemic.
And I'm so glad that we're able to talk about it. So many people are going to be blessed from this segment today because people don't know what we're dealing with, not just we, but just as a community, and loneliness is one of those things.
That's right.
you didn't even know it.
Yeah, we're actually doing an event. My wife is doing it. I've been banned.
Right.
Just for women to connect around health and wellness.
Okay,
Right. So you
good.
can find out about it on Instagram.
Yes, absolutely. You look at all my folks there. Thanks for shedding the light on this crucial topic. Again, Dr. Tartt, be sure to follow him at Dr. Tartt on Instagram, where you can also find information about his wife's self-care event, which you just mentioned. Up next, we take a trip down memory lane in our full circle. So stay right where you are. What's wrong with you?
what about Keith?